Alrighty, we're going to be reading Clash of the Titans, which starts on page 113. 113. And right off the marker, that's a bizarre title, right? Clash of the Titans. So I had to do a little bit of Googling online, right? Because sometimes you have to do that to make things make sense, to try to figure out who are the Titans. And all I really knew was that it had to do with Greek mythology. So you're familiar with Greek mythology. For example, when we read the Odyssey, that's like Zeus, for instance, Athena, Apollo, Hermes, right? The Titans were the rulers before Zeus, right? So they're the Greek deities that came before Zeus and the other Olympians. You know that a big reference to this kind of history, this Greek history, is an illusion. So our author, Laurie Halse Anderson, is making this reference to the Titans as an illusion, and it's the clash of the Titans. So imagine these Greek deities fighting it out, right? These huge godlike figures fighting it out. What an interesting visual that our writer Anderson is giving us. So that leads us to who is fighting? What is Melinda watching and observing in this section? So let's read to figure out who's fighting. Okay, again, we're on page 113. Clash of the Titans. We have a meeting with Principal. Yeah, I highlighted that right off the bat. Okay, so you know a principal has a lot of power, sort of like the Titans had power. We have a meeting with Principal. Someone has noticed that I've been absent and that I don't talk. They figure I'm more a head case than a criminal, so they call in the guidance counselor too. Mother's mouth twitches with words she doesn't want to say in front of strangers. Dad keeps checking his beeper, hoping someone will call. I sip water from a paper cup. If the cup were lead crystal, I would open my mouth and take a bite. Crunch, crunch, swallow. They want me to speak. Top of 114. Why won't you say anything? For the love of God, open your mouth. This is childish, Melinda. Say something. You are only hurting yourself by refusing to cooperate. I don't know why she's doing this to us. The principal loudly and gets in the middle. Principal. We all agree we are here to help. Let's start with these grades. They are not what we expected from you, Melissa. Dad. Melinda. Principal. Melinda. Last year you were a straight B student. No behavioral problems, few absences. But the reports I've been getting, well, what can we say? Mother. That's the point. She won't say anything. I can't get a word out of her. She's mute. Guidance counselor. I think we need to explore the family dynamics at play here. Mother. She's jerking us around to get attention. Me inside my head. Would you listen? Would you believe me? Fat chance. Dad. Well, something is wrong. What have you done to her? I had a sweet, loving little girl last year, but as soon as she comes up here, she clams up, skips school, and flushes her grades down the toilet. I golf with the school board president, you know. Mother. No, we don't care who you know, Jack. We have to get Melinda to talk. Guidance counselor leaning forward, looking at Mom and Dad. Do the two of you have marriage issues? Mother responds with an unladylike language. Father suggests that the guidance counselor visit that hot, scary underground world. The guidance counselor grows quiet. Maybe she understands why I keep it zipped. Principal sits back in his chair and doodles a hornet. Remember, the hornet is the new school mascot, right? Tick, tick, tick. I'm missing study hall for this. Nap time. How many days until graduation? I lost track. Have to find a calendar. Mother and father apologize. They sing a show tune. What are we to do? What are we to do? She's so blue. We're just two. What are we supposed to do? In my head world, they jump on Principal's desk and perform a tap dance routine. A spotlight flashes on them. A chorus line joins in, and the guidance counselor dances a spangled cane. I giggle. Zap. Back in their world. Mother. You think this is funny? We are talking about your future. Your life, Melinda. 116. Father, I don't know where you picked up that slacker attitude, but you certainly didn't learn it at home. Probably from the bad influences up here. Guidance counselor. Actually, Melinda has some very nice friends. I've seen her helping that group of girls who volunteer so much. Meg Harcutt, Emily Briggs, Siobhan Fallon. Principal stops doodling. Very nice girls. They all come from good families. He looks at me for the first time and tilts his head to one side. Those are your friends? Do they choose to be so dense? Were they born that way? I have no friends. I have nothing. I say nothing. I am nothing. I wonder how long it takes to ride a bus to Arizona. Well, I did a lot of highlighting in that nothing kind of repetition here, right? Man, it's a bleak situation for her. So again, thinking about who were the Titans, right? I'd also like for you to have an opportunity here to realize that there's a lot of humor in this section, even though it's not a funny situation at all. I mean, she's in the principal's office, right? And yet Anderson is such a good writer that she can add comedy to even serious situations. So try to find a couple of lines. It doesn't have to be anything long, but a couple of lines where you're like, that's wittier. I see what you're doing. You're adding a little comedic relief here.